Hello, Pickles, and welcome to another episode of Aqua. You wouldn't know it because we're in the Nether. We're back here in the Nether at the gold farm, which we built in the last episode. It looks slightly different because I've been doing some work on it, and that's why I'm now in iron gear, and I have nothing on me. I died in the lava trying to get up here and lost absolutely everything. I was just trying to come up to do a bit more work, and a magma cube knocked me off the bladder and dropped me into the lava. Not a happy bunny. Anyway, I'm going to go off, restock, get some more diamond gear, and then we will start this episode. Oh no! The pufferfish just killed the zombie villager, and we needed them for today's episode. And that means we're going to have to go up and get another one from up at the mob farm. I can't believe that's just happened. Those pufferfish. So while we wait for a zombie villager to fall down and let us capture him, why don't we just talk about what our plans are for this episode? Because a lot of it, or some of it's going to be done off camera. So if we just go into F4 mode, let's have a look. As you can see, I've been busy don't want to go too high up, marking out some stuff around the base. Yes, so I've come up with a new plan. Today we're going to be working with our zombie villagers, and mainly to get villager breeding up and going and to get an iron farm going. So we've got a nice steady supply of iron coming in while we're working around the base. And that's what these little quadrants, they're tertiaries, I guess, aren't they? These islands or peninsulas are for, is for us to be able to have space to be able to have these farms going. So we could have, I think, villager breeding on this side, and I know it's a bit of a way away, but then we'll have iron farm on this side, and that's hopefully so they don't interact with each other. And then we're going to need a bit of storage, because we have got chests forming all over the place, and we have also added chests to here where all the mob farm stuff goes. And later on, we could even like filter that down and have that fall in. But I'm thinking here we're going to have a storage area. If it's going to be a building, it's going to be a building. It might just be a place to put all my chests and they're out the way. But we will see later on in the episode. But before I do that, I am going to have to start building these up. Be a lot like in the theme of this here with the steps around the outside. And then we could have this carrying on around just as a kind of guideline. We'll have the andesite coming in here, and then I was thinking here we could probably have this as a circle, and then we could have stuff going on here. So I have replaced all this edge here that was stair blocks that were kind of like this. I've now replaced with normal tough bricks, and then we're going to follow this line around the outside here with the pattern that it was before, with the upside down and right way upstairs going around the edge. And then we will then fill this circle in, I think. But we'll see how that as it goes along. That's just a minor update. We still haven't managed to collect ourselves a zombie villager yet. So the waiting continues. Swish. We have managed to get the outside line done in. I'm just currently, at the moment, trying to put the under bricks in. Or the understairs, sorry, in to finish that line off so that it meets with the ocean. And then we're going to fill in the middle. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think we have one. Yes, it's only taken, I don't know, 7 days, but I do believe I see the shoes of a villager, and there he is. Look, there's his cloak. So I'm going to get him out. And there was me thinking I had gathered quite a lot of resources, but no. We have still got this whole big hole in the middle, and we still got to do the other two yet, haven't we? So we're just going to fill this in. It's looking pretty good though. If you look at that now, if we kind of stretch out here, kind of imagine what it's going to look like. It's very grey though, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go down and get some more resources, but there's something else that I need to show you while I'm down there. Welcome to my andesite mines. Yeah, this is where I've been gathering up all the andesite that we've been using so far. But while we're down here, what I wanted to show you was the fact that we need to get some more greenery up on the platform. It is looking very grey at the moment, and I want to have a bit more kind of foliage, growth, nature on this island. And what we're going to do, as you can see, is we've got our moss block here. What we can do is just do that, which gives us some more moss, but it also gives us the grass here, which means that we should, and these azalea plants, should be able to, there we go, get some wheat seeds, which means we can now grow wheat as well, which is excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay here, mine up a bit of moss. One other thing I wanted to show you with the wheat seed. If I can find it quickly. Here we go. So with the wheat seeds also, what we can do, if we grab up 2 blocks of dirt, we've got a crafting recipe made for this pack that will give us grass blocks. So now we can use the grass blocks to grow some grass, which will add a bit of greenery up to the top as well. But I'm going to use moss blocks. And here is where we're going to be putting the moss blocks. I think they look a lot better than the grass blocks. Grass blocks come a bit too light in green, and I quite like the dark green here for what we're going to be building. Plans have changed though. We're not going to be building here today now. No. What we're going to be doing is expanding this bit here to make it a bit bigger around here. You'll see in a minute when I show you. To make a bigger platform to build what we want to build. Because I've now come up with a theme. And it's pretty on kind of trend for me at the moment. We're going Japanese. Yes, we're going to do a fantasy Japanese themed build here out in the middle of the ocean. And I want to build a villager breeding stroke trading hall right here. In Japanese theme. Which is going to be bigger than this circle here. So I'm going to fill this in. And then off camera, I'm going to build all of this out, and then you can have a look at it and how it's going to look. And it's going to be awesome, I'm telling you. And this is the outline of it just here. So that's the size of it now. You can see it is a lot bigger than this first circle we did here. But it's going to make room for what we need to do. And we've managed to get ourselves a wandering trader. Oh dear. No, they're gonna hurt the zombie. They're gonna hurt the zombie, right. I'm sorry, you're going to have to go. Not having you hurt my zombies. I could do the llamas though. So I've gone back, I've got my fence posts, leads and emeralds so we can see what the wandering trader's got. I just don't want the llamas, look, half a heart. That was a close one. We're going to grab these though. I'm going to bring the llamas up. So what I want to also do is help them out a minute. Hopefully they don't dislike me because I've been attacking them. Right, that's that done. We're going to grab these llamas. Right, so no. Right, well what I'll do is we'll help the wandering trader out. We're gonna come on. That's it, come up. And you two as well. We'll leave those there for now, they're doing alright. Right, so then we'll come over to him. Let's see what he's got. Cactus, brilliant. We needed cactus as well. I was hoping we were going to get some of that. So we're going to grab as much cactus as we can. Dark oak we don't need. Jungle saplings though, awesome. We need some jungle saplings. Nautilus shells I'm going to buy as well. Wow, have I literally just spent all my emeralds? Just spent all my emeralds on jungle saplings and cactus. Whoops. Wow, that was expensive. We've already got dark oak, so at least I think we got dark oak. I hope we got dark oak. Oh, what a project. What a project. A little progress update going on here. This is the bit that I've filled in here now. I just need to do the stairs underneath again, just like we've done before. But I've put the path in now. Here is where we're going to put the moss blocks. Then we need to fill in this area here. Now, in order to do that, though, I'm going to have to go back down the mines because we've got that many tough bricks left, which ain't going to even do one circle. And we've only got this much polished andesite. So I'm going to go back down the mines, collect some more... Oh, hello. Hello. So we can sell you baked potatoes. That's good. You've got packed ice. That's not what we need, really. Vines. No, you don't have anything that I need, sir. So we are going to have to dispose of you somehow. I want your llamas, though. There we go. 4 llamas. Lovely jubbly. And the circle is all done back into F4 just so that we can see this clearly. And there we go. And I've done all the way around the outside. It's a lot of swimming. Maybe I need to get Aqua Infinity or something like that put onto my boots. But there we go. That is all done. I've got little blocks here just to climb up. They will go eventually. And then this should be mob safe. I keep getting attacked by trident drowns though, which is rather annoying. Managed to survive them so far. I've got 36 levels. I don't want to ruin those. And then we need to fill these in at some point as well. But first of all, I'm going to fill all this in with the andesite slabs, torching it as I go, so I don't get any mobs. And we have finished. If I ever see another block of andesite again, it will be too soon. Anyway, let's have a look up here. I think it looks quite cool at night time with the patterns that the lights make. But there we are. We have managed to finish the disc. The disc is what it's going to be called. But now we can get on to the more interesting thing. I'm going to do this kind of off camera. I'll fill this in with moss blocks. And then in another episode, we'll probably do some custom trees and stuff like that. But I am going to... We're going to go and get these zombies over here. And we'll build up the kind of... villager breeder. That's what I was going to go on. We need to get the zombies over here. We need to cure them, and then we need to get them into a villager breeder. So that's the next part. So our next job is to move these two guys over there where we want to build our villager breeding system. But we don't want to quite move them while they're in this state, because obviously as soon as they get the sun on them, they're going to burn and disappear, and we have to start the whole process again. So we need to do something before that, and that is to cure them. So what we need to do is come over here. We're just waiting for 2 more of those to smelt up there. We're going to have to craft ourselves some golden apples. I've got the splash potion of weakness already. We've got some leads to carry them over. And as you can see in my inventory, we've got a whole lot more stuff ready to build that breeding system. So we've got 16 there. That should be enough. And if we come into here, we can craft 2 golden apples. So that is cool. So that's got that sorted. We've got the splash potion of weakness. And we've got the leads. Let's go. So we're going to use the leads just now to bring these guys closer together. Hopefully without burning them. There we go. So he's a lot closer now. We'll grab that back. And we should be able to throw the splash potion of weakness down. That's got both of them. And then we apple and apple. Now what we've got to do is just wait for the conversion to happen, which is about 5 minutes. One has changed already. He's got nausea. Oh, and we've got another 40 seconds ready on this one. And that's the other villager done there, so that's brilliant. So, got to get rid of your nausea, haven't you? At least you've got full hearts, so that's good. So next we need to build where they're going to be put into place to be able to start their breeding. Before we start building that, we're going to bring these guys over with us just so that they're there already. We don't have to spend the time dragging it. But now we can attach ropes to boats. It's a breeze. It's a breeze. We're just going to run over here with them. Have them dragging behind us, and we're going to leave them probably about here. I might put a cover over the head again, because if they get hit by lightning, they're obviously going to turn into witches, like so. There we go, and then we can take that down there. Cool, so they're covered up. They're not going to get hit by lightning. We'll eventually have to get some lightning rods so they don't get touched and everything. But now we're going to build up this. So this is kind of roughly where the farmland's going to be. So the idea of this is that the farm, we're going to put them in a farm. They're going to turn into farming villages. They'll then start breeding, and it will work that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hopefully that is 10 tall. So we want to do this again on all of the other 3 corners. And we were 1 short. That's not a problem. We can fix that later on. So now we've done that, what we want to do is we want to build up our walls, don't we? So I think I'll do the farmland first. So the farmland is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to put it up here, and that's so that they can breed up here, and then we can have all the stuff that's going on below them happening while they're up here breeding away. This is going to be a breeder and villager trading hall, and hopefully next week it will end up in the theme of a Japanese temple. So we have placed a slab under here to stop the water from pouring out, and then what I've done up here is I've put in a waterlogged slab, which means that the farmers can run around here. We just need to hoe all this farmland, and then we can plant all these carrots and place a torch there just before the night comes up, because we don't want anything spawning up here, and hopefully that should address these pillars as well. Can we reach that pillar over there? Not quite, not quite. We'll get there in a bit. We'll get there in a bit. So next thing we want to do is add in our walls. So what we're going to do is, I think what we can do is we'll come in this side here. Because we're going to do a little bit in here in a minute. And then we're going to build up 2. That means that the villagers can't jump out. I might even go up a 3rd. No, we're going to go up 2. That's fine. And then we can do this like so. There. and there, break that out. And now, in here, what we're going to do is we're going to place our composters. Now, in order for the villagers to be able to reach them, we're going to have to put some upside down stairs in here. Just like so. That means now that the village can access these composters. Now we need to build the rest of the walls, don't we? So if I'm going to go right round the outside with this. What I am going to do is put... Well, I haven't got enough torches, have I? We're going to put slabs on top of here for now, just to stop mobs from spawning. One there. And one there. We should be alright on top of here. I'll build a wall along here and a wall along there, and then we'll deal with this bit in a minute. So that's all those done. Once I've come down here, I'll close this off afterwards. Just going to need to get in and out of there. And then what we're going to have to do is leave a gap along here. So we're going to do that on this side as well. I'm going to come out here, come up to here, up there, and then we want a 1 block gap. And I think this side we end up with a... Yeah, look at that. Perfect. We can put that there now. Put our slab on top, just so we don't get any mobs spawning. And I might put another torch up as well. We can come out like so. That means we end up with something a lot like this. Or exactly something like this. So once we've got this done, I need to be able to put some trapdoors in and some beds. So I'm going to go and get those. The next thing I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to make at least... Was it 1, 2, 3 beds, I guess? No. Yeah, 3 beds. I'll probably make 6 just to be on the safe side. So if we come in here and we grab the string and the string and the string, we need to make a load of wool. So make the beds. We need 1, 2. Hang on, a white bed out of... Oh, it's pale oak. I thought that was 6 bits of wool then. We don't want to use the pale oak, so I'm going to go there. Spruce, and then we've got the wool. 4 beds would be cool. I think I'll do 2 more. 1, 2. There we go. We've got 6 beds there. They're going to go up here, and I'll quickly do that now, and then we can place in some of the other stuff. So the beds are going to go along here, and we want to find the middle. Might just do 5 beds, and then that's even. So before I've had a design like this where it's had 6 villagers farming the land, and then we had more beds here just to make sure that they could breed a lot quicker, but we're going to be doing lots of other work around here, so we're not going to be too worried about how fast this breeds. We'll place 1 block of pale oak there, and then we'll be filling in the walls there, and then we're going to come along another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like so. And if I come down here like this, place that there, and that there. And this makes ourselves a little drop tunnel for the villagers to fall down once they've started breeding. Then we grab our trapdoors. Now this creates a platform of which the villagers think they can cross. Not like that though. So they'll always think there's a solid block here when in fact there isn't. So that does that like so. Then we want to be able to put another load up like that. So if we grab some more blocks. Just like this. And then we place the other trapdoors on the top. Like that. Pick them up. So the villagers will still think they can walk through this. So not only do they think it's solid, they also think it's see-through. Very confusing. And then to stop the babies being able to jump across, we then come along and place another load of trapdoors. Like so. Now the villagers will think they can come through, so they think they can access the beds. They will breed. The babies will then want to jump on the beds, so they'll run across this gap, fall into here, at which point we will put water down, and the water will flush them to the drop chute. So now what we need to do is get the villagers into their farm. Now hopefully this is going to work, which is why we're doing it on camera, because it's always funny when it doesn't. Just gonna have a quick bite to eat. The sun is going down again, so we need to be slightly careful. I'm going to grab the 2 boats, drag our friends over here, and we'll know this has worked when they turn into farmers. But we should just be able to climb up here. Now let's see if they're dangling at the right... Oh, that's going to be a close one, isn't it? I think that should be alright. So, if we then walk along here... Oh! Hopefully that drags them up. Right, if we grab our scaffolding... Right, there we go. I think they're in. 2 are in. We need to go a bit further across. That. Might have to do a bit of farm fixing. Right, we're in. They're on. And they're in. Cool. Did we break any of the... I don't think we did. So we grab our ropes back. Cool. Now we need to put our bounding boxes on. And if we break the boats, says that one and this one, they should become farmers. Yep, there's one. He should then attach to this one here. They can't jump out, so that's all good. They can't get through, but they think they can. I need to get up here before they do. They're not going to climb up and have another look. And there's our villagers, safe and sound in their new home. Not safe from lightning, though. Now, it's going to take a while for these villagers to start breeding, because they need to fill up their inventory full of carrots, because their inventory will be completely empty, because they weren't anything beforehand. They're just empty villagers. So they need to harvest all these carrots. But I can help them out. We can give them these 38 carrots to start with. And you never know, they might even start sharing those as well. I'm still waiting for him to connect to this composter. They're sharing the carrots, and they're making hearts. That's a pretty good sign. Make of the baby. We've got ourselves our first baby. Look at that. He is in there somewhere. Move out the way. Come on. There you go. You look just like your parents. Well, at least one of them. And there you go. He's fallen in because he wanted to go to the beds. He will plop down there. So we're going to go down and meet him, because he will be at the bottom. Slightly injured, but not too bad. We're still going to wait for him to match up with that composter, though. And there we are. This villager will have attached to this bed. I'm going to break that. He will try and become a fisherman, because there's barrels over there, but we'll try and stop that from happening. There we go. He's trapped in there. So here's our drop chute here. That should hold the villagers in for now, and then we can do something with them once they grow up and stuff like that. But that will hold our villagers for now. And that is our breeding system done. And our villager has finally managed to hook up to his composter, which is cool. That means we're going to have 2 of them harvesting. So just put the carrots back down here. I'll keep breaking them as I come in. Right, there we go. That's done. And I think this is as good a place as any to say, well, what an episode we've had this episode. We've managed to build all of this massive circle here. I know a lot of it was jump cuts, but it's just an easy way of showing how to do that. We have also managed to trade with some wandering traders and got ourselves some llamas, so we can start breeding those soon once we get the wheat planted, which I'll move over to where the carrots were there. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please check out the other content creators who are making great content on this Aquaforge data pack. If you'd like to try the data pack yourself, check the link in the description down below to Modrinth, where you can download the data pack and have a go yourself. What are you going to build? Be sure to catch the next episode where we turn this villager breeder into a Japanese-themed trading hall. Ciao for now.